The nature of dark energy. Why is the universe expanding? Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered what's out there? We see twinkling stars, distant planets, and even entire galaxies. But there's a secret about our universe that might surprise you. It's expanding. And not just in a normal way, but in a way that's speeding up over time. Why is this happening? The answer lies in something mysterious called dark energy. Let's take a journey to explore what dark energy is and why it makes the universe grow bigger every second, like a balloon getting blown up, but without anyone blowing into it. What's the universe? Before we dive into dark energy, let's talk a bit about the universe itself. The universe is everything around us: stars, planets, galaxies, and even the empty spaces in between. Imagine the universe as a giant piece of bread, and all the galaxies, stars, and planets are like raisins stuck inside the bread dough. Now, when this bread starts to bake and rise, the raisins move farther apart from each other. That's what's happening to the galaxies in our universe. They're moving away from each other as space expands. Scientists once thought the universe was pretty much stable, like a loaf of bread that's done baking and won't change. But they were in for a big surprise. The big discovery: the universe is expanding. A long time ago in the 1920s, a famous scientist named Edwin Hubble made a groundbreaking discovery. He observed that galaxies are moving away from each other, meaning the universe is actually expanding. It's as if the bread dough, the universe, is constantly rising and stretching, pulling the raisins, galaxies, apart. But that's not the end of the story. Something even more surprising happened in the 1990s. Scientists thought that the universe's expansion would eventually slow down, just like a ball thrown into the air eventually stops and falls back down. But when they measured how fast galaxies were moving apart, they found out something amazing. The expansion of the universe is speeding up. It's like tossing a ball into the air and having it shoot up faster and faster instead of coming down. That's when scientists realized something strange and powerful was at work: dark energy. What is dark energy? Now you might be wondering, what in the world is dark energy? Well, to be honest, nobody knows exactly what it is. It's called dark because it's invisible, and we can't see it, touch it, or even fully understand it. But even though we can't see dark energy, scientists are pretty sure it's there because of the effect it has on the universe. Dark energy is like a force that acts on space itself. Imagine space as a stretchy rubber sheet. Dark energy is like an invisible hand that keeps pulling and stretching the sheet, making everything move farther apart. The more space expands, the stronger this mysterious force becomes. That's why galaxies aren't just drifting apart, they're zooming away from each other faster and faster over time. The biggest puzzle in science. Dark energy is one of the biggest mysteries in science. In fact, scientists believe that about 70% of the entire universe is made up of dark energy. That's right. Most of the universe is something we can't even see or fully understand. Let's break it down. Imagine the universe is like a giant pizza. Dark energy would take up most of the pizza, a whopping 70% slice. There's also dark matter, which makes up about 25% of the universe. Dark matter is another invisible thing, but instead of making the universe expand, it pulls stuff together with gravity. The remaining 5% of the pizza is the stuff we're familiar with, like stars, planets, and people. So everything we can see and touch, all the planets and galaxies, only make up a tiny part of the universe. The rest is this mysterious dark stuff. Why does the universe expand? To understand why dark energy makes the universe expand, let's imagine space as a trampoline. If you stretch the trampoline, the little balls, galaxies sitting on it will move apart from each other. Dark energy is like a giant invisible force that keeps stretching the trampoline, so the galaxies on it move farther and farther away. This stretching of space happens everywhere in the universe, which means that the universe is getting bigger all the time. Even right now, the distance between you and a faraway galaxy is increasing because space itself is expanding. How do we know dark energy exists? Since we can't see dark energy, how do scientists know it's there? They figured it out by looking at very distant exploding stars called supernovae. These supernovae are super bright, like cosmic fireworks, and they help scientists measure how fast galaxies are moving. When scientists observed these supernovae, They expected to see that the universe's expansion was slowing down, but instead, they found out that the universe was expanding faster and faster. This shocking discovery was proof that dark energy is pushing galaxies apart. Scientists also use something called the cosmic microwave background to study dark energy. This is like an ancient glow left over from the early universe, kind of like heat coming off a stove long after you've turned it off. By studying this glow, scientists can learn about how the universe has changed over time and how dark energy has affected its expansion. Is dark energy stronger than gravity? We know gravity pulls things together, like how gravity pulls you down to Earth, or how the Earth orbits around the Sun. You might think gravity would eventually pull the galaxies back together, like a rubber band snapping back after being stretched. But here's the thing. Dark energy is winning the cosmic tug-of-war. In the early universe, gravity was stronger and slowed down the expansion a bit. But as the universe grew bigger, dark energy started to dominate. Now it's so powerful that it's overpowering gravity and pushing galaxies apart at an ever faster rate. This means that in the future, galaxies will get so far away from each other that they might not even be visible from Earth. What will happen to the universe? The future of the universe depends a lot on dark energy, but we're not exactly sure what will happen. Scientists have a few ideas, but here are two main possibilities. The Big Freeze. If dark energy keeps pushing galaxies apart forever, the universe will keep expanding and expanding. Eventually, galaxies will be so far apart that stars will burn out, and everything will get cold and dark. This is sometimes called the Big Freeze, because the universe would be left in a cold, empty state. The Big Rip. Another possibility is that dark energy could get stronger over time. If that happens, it could stretch space so much that galaxies, stars, and even atoms themselves could be torn apart. This is called the Big Rip, and it would be a dramatic end to the universe. But don't worry, these events won't happen for billions and billions of years. For now, we're safe. Why should we care about dark energy? Dark energy might seem far away and mysterious, but it's incredibly important for understanding our universe. It tells us about the fate of the cosmos, how space works, and even challenges us to think beyond what we can see. By studying dark energy, scientists hope to unlock the secrets of how the universe began, how it works, and what will happen to it in the future. Think of dark energy like a giant puzzle, and every time scientists study it, they find a new piece. One day, we might finally solve the mystery and understand what dark energy really is. Conclusion: a universe full of surprises. So why is the universe expanding? It's because of the strange, powerful force we call dark energy. This invisible force is pushing everything in the universe apart, faster and faster. Even though dark energy is one of the biggest mysteries in science, it helps us understand the amazing universe we live in. Who knows what other secrets are waiting to be discovered out there in the cosmos?